Welcome back, everybody, to the daily show where we discuss and do technical analysis on big mega cap stocks. So before we get started, please smash that like button, and 100 plus likes on this video would be greatly appreciated, guys. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. Now, if you want to support the channel and get my daily trade ideas, my swing trade ideas, live trading, and all kinds of setups, definitely check out their link down below in the description for Patreon. And now let's get right into it, guys. On Amazon stock, it's up 0.81%, so another gap up on Friday. And if you look at my screen, gapping up from 185 and not actually coming down here down to 185 to close this gap, came down to 185.42, and there is a gap at 185.10 right here on bottom. So going into next week, especially tomorrow's trading session, guys, 185 on a pullback, that's going to be a strong support to watch on Amazon. As long as Amazon can hold 185, you're going to see a push all the way up to 190. Now, below 185, things will change, and you're going to see Amazon coming down all the way down to 20 SMA 181.33 right here, and then 180. And below 180, we also have a strong support at 178. 50 SMA, and then all the way down here, this gap just below 174, and that is going to be also a strong support near 173. On Apple stock, it's up 5.98%, so almost 6% up on the day. But just like I said in my last video, that I'll be shorting Apple right here near 187 to 190. And guess what, guys? This is exactly what we got at opening. Apple opened at 186.65 and ran up to 187, closing this gap on top, and immediately I got puts on Apple, and definitely this thing paid, and still holding some Apple puts for more downside. So if you actually took that idea from my other video, you got paid on Apple. And even I called it out for my Patreon members last Friday, and this thing definitely paid everyone. So if you want trade ideas like this one and all the other setups, definitely check out their link down below in the description for Patreon, guys. Now here on Apple, 183. That's going to be key level to watch going into tomorrow's session on Monday. Below 183, watch out for a pullback down to 180 and possibly down to 177. Now, as long as Apple can stay above 183, that is still bullish, and this thing can push all the way up to 190. On Google stock, it's up 0.31%. So Google here, unfortunate, I actually played Google on Friday, got in here at 168 and some change, and this thing came back, so I got stopped out, and then Google went back up to 170 and now trading at 169 almost at the closing. So going into tomorrow's session, guys, right here on Google, 167. 5-day moving average right here. That's going to be key level to watch. Below that, you're going to see a drop down to 162.79, 13-day moving average. And then we also have strong support at 162. And then this gap right down here, 158.28. Now, as long as Google can stay above 167, watch out for a push all the way up to 170. And then this gap right here on top, 171.40 up to even 176. On Tesla stock, it's up 0.66%, so Tesla came down to 178 and again holding around 183, not above 183. Got up to 185 almost on Friday, came back, and now trading below 183. So Tesla here, guys, key level to watch. Tesla needs to get above 183, and soon as that happens, you're going to see Tesla moving higher up to 195 to even 200, and then this gap 206.77. Now below 183, there will be strong support on Tesla right here at 174, 50 SMA, and then this gap 172. We also have support below 172, and that's going to be right down here, 20 SMA, which is actually going up, is positive slope. So there will be strong support also at 167 on Tesla. On Meta, it's up over 2%, so Meta is pretty much in no man's land right now. And if you look at my screen, it's actually trading just below the resistance right here, 452. If we can get above 452 right here on Meta, you're going to see a little bit more upside up to 464, 13 SMA on this daily chart, and then 470 up to 481, 20-day moving average, and then this gap, 484.58 from earnings. Now, below 452, Meta can get a rejection from here. In that case, watch out for the support down here, 439, 5-day moving average, and below 439, there will be a huge jump off all the way down to 415, and then 406, and then this gap down here finally will get closed at 400. On Microsoft, it's up over 2%, so Microsoft gapping up from 400 and now going all the way up to 407.15 on Friday and now trading just above 406. So going into Monday's session, there will be support right here, 13-day moving average 402.25, and below that, Microsoft coming down and closing this gap right here just below 400, and that's gonna be a strong support, possibly a dip buying opportunity right here on Microsoft. Now, Microsoft cannot hold 400, then watch out for a move all the way down to 390. Now to the upside, as long as Microsoft can hold above, I would say 400 to 402.25, watch out for some continuation to the upside all the way up to 409 and then 413 to even 420. On AMD, it's up 3%, so big rally right here on AMD, and now there will be strong resistance right here at 152, and AMD really getting closer and closer to 152, and that is the level that I'm watching, because above 152, AMD can run all the way up to this gap right here, 158. Now below 152, there will be strong support at 148, and 148 gives up on AMD. Watch out for a move down to 140.58, lower Bollinger Band holding and acting as a support right here multiple times. And now if we get a pullback down to 140 or even better 138, that's going to be an absolute dip buy on AMD to play this move back up to the upside all the way up to this gap 158.35. On Netflix, it's up 2.51%, so massive rally on Friday, and now it's trading above not only 564, also holding above 13-day moving average right here, 569.16. So on a pullback, there will be support at 569.16 and then 564. These are going to be strong levels to watch. Multiple rejection right here at 564, and now if there is a pullback, that's going to be a strong support to watch on Netflix. Now as long as Netflix can stay above 569.16 right here, you're going to see more continuation back up to 588 to retest negative sloping 20-day moving average. And soon as Netflix actually clears that level right here, 588, this thing going all the way up to 605.44 to close this gap on top. So this one also, guys, is looking good, but still it's in no man's land. If this thing breaks under 564, we might be pulling back down to this gap. So you got to be really careful playing Netflix, because we got a gap on top and also we got a gap here on bottom. On Nvidia stock, it's up 3.46%, and look at this insane move here on Nvidia stock. So we actually had this gap on top, and I said it in my video that Thursday night we might be coming back up here at 865 to close this gap early as Friday morning. And guess what, guys? Now, yes, 865 gap is fully closed, and guess what? Now we gapped over the gap to create another gap, and now we got a gap down here, 862.37. So going into next week, there will be strong support on Nvidia stock right here at 865, and then this gap down here, 862.37 down to even 840. Now as long as Nvidia stays above 865, that is still bullish, and we could see a move all the way up to 898 to 900, up to even 921.65 to this upper Bollinger Band, 926, and then 960. And that's all I have for you guys in this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll definitely keep you guys updated going into tomorrow night.